Hey Funsters, welcome to the channel and remote studio here. Following on from Matt's video pushing some overdrive pedals into the Katana, I thought I'd go through the overdrives, distortions and boosts that are actually built in to the Katana that you can deep dive into via Tone Studio software. There's no less than 22 boosts, overdrives or distortions that you can select from. So let's get into them. I'm going to go through a fairly clean tone just to start off with, and I'll turn my booster off just so you can hear the basic platform that I'm dealing with. That's one of the clean amp settings, but I've got the gain pushed up at about 78, and the way I've got this set, I've got the bass wound, out, and Matt will say, yeah, Rod does that. But I don't like flabby, farty bottom end in my guitar tone, and I don't like competing with the kick drum and the bass guitar in a band, and I like the sound to cut through. And when you wick it up loud, you generally find you've got plenty of bottom end in your rig, no matter what you've got. So this is with the booster off. I've got some reverb and delay here, courtesy of the Katana. So one of the first boosts you can get into is the treble boost, and this is based on an original treble booster. So that's really adding a bit of grit to your sound. But there's another 21. So you can start with a clean boost here. And this is going to sound very similar to the treble boost because my settings haven't changed. The settings will be the same here. And you can go through and change all the settings on these particular boosters and gains depending on what variations you've dialed up and what options you have available. Treble boost. Obviously, more tops, yeah? And there's a mid boost after that. And then you're starting to get into tube screamer territory, but there is a separate tube screamer emulation on this too. But let me switch then to a crunch overdrive. And you can start to have some real fun with these. Blues drive. There's some really great drives in here. This is an overdrive based on the OD1, I would say. Comparing that with the blues drive, and you can hear the tonal change when I slip between each. Even though my settings haven't changed for the drive, the tone, level, bottom end, you've got the characteristic of that overdrive pedal, the OD1. It's a natural OD. They're great drives. a warm OD. So that edge, that top end edge has been taken out, and it sounds much warmer. Next one's a turbo OD. Another one of the orange pedals that came out from Boss Turbo Overdrive. Even playing that, I can feel that it's compressed because there's a slight delay on the attack. I've got to dig in harder to get the sound that I want, which means that there's a particular frequency at the top end that's been just been cut out, or that is a characteristic of this tone. And here that mid hum just increases. I switch to a tube screamer. So there you go, there's your presence in your mid range that you know from a tube screamer. Yeah, tube screamers are fun. There's more, you know, distortion. DS1. Starting to get a little bit gnarlier as far as the distortions are concerned. You then go to a fat DS. I just flick between the fat DS and the previous distortion just to give you a different, real contrast. So this is the fat DS. And that's going back to the DS, which sounds fat. Sounds right across the bandwidth. And this is a honky nasal for the fat DS. Interesting. There's DST Plus, Distortion Plus. Once again, the contrast between the previous distortion, the fat DS, and then going to the DS Plus. And you'll notice when you cycle through these, your right hand attack really changes because you're getting a different front edge attack for this particular type of clipping for each of these settings. And I like this one because it's got that crispy top front end attack. Yeah, that's a good one. There's more. A Gov DS. Now this is a Marshall Governor emulation. And that's got a lot of stuff that I like. Very broad as far as the spectrum that it's covering. It doesn't have this progressive nasal or mid hump in it. But certainly, I'll turn it off, just the clean bass again, to give you a contrast of what the amp's just doing, the amp setting. And then we'll turn it back on. Sweet. A rat. All right. characteristic rat fuzz combination. Fuzz distortion. They really cross the line when they put the rat out. That's good. That's a good rat emulation. And here we go into metal zone. Yeah, drop D. Why not? That's good. That's good and beefy. But there's more where this came from. There's the metal DS. A little bit brighter than the previous setting. A few more to go. I said that was 2022. So now we're into fuzz territory, into 60s fuzz. This is a really subtle fuzz. And once again, all the settings are based on my very first setting that I had for the treble booster. And you can see them there on the screen. It drives up at 75, the tone's flat. Bottom's taken out just a little bit because, you know, Matt will tell you I don't like bottoms. So you've got a really subtle fuzz here. But it's nice all the same. They go into two more fuzz options. So the muff fuzz. So that's a lot more woolly. But still a great fuzz. Next one's an octafuzz. Okay. That's lovely. Just the way it's set. So, based on the Octavia Fuzz combo, two more to go. The HM2, the Majesty, Heavy Metal, HM2. Good. And the metal core, yeah? There you have it. Those are all 22 of the overdrives, treble boosts, and distortions that you can access from the Katana via the Tone Studio software. There's so much in this beast that it really is a game changer. It's a good bit of kit and a welcome bit of kit. Thanks for watching. See you next time.